Alright guys, we're back today with a new video. Yep, you know how we do it. But before we jump into today's video, could you please like, subscribe and comment, help me boost my YouTube channel, and recommend it to friends and family, people you think might be interested in this content. That being said though, let's dive into today's video. Yep, you know, let's go. Let us go.
The Annabelle doll spoke to us, and we're going to show you. Now we know that sounds absolutely crazy, but you need
Just a bit.
watch this evidence clip. We had the privilege of being the first UK paranormal team to be able to fully investigate Ed and Lorraine Warren's house, and of course, the Annabelle doll. Now during the investigation we conducted an EVP session, and we asked Annabelle one straight question. We asked Annabelle, are Ed...
It'll be, why are you such an evil little bitch? That'd be my question to her.
And Lorraine Warren still here in this house. Now before we post the clip, we are going to be posting up more evidence.
So they had one question to ask her. The most possessed evil doll on the world, on the planet shall I say. And they asked her if Ed and Lorraine Warren were still at home in the afterlife. To me, I think that's a wasted question. I'd have just asked her what her fucking beef is and why she's so angry all the time and possessing shit, and chill the fuck out. That's what I'd say to her.
From our time with
Then I'd end up in a bad accident.
If you want to see that, then make sure you're dropping this page a follow.
Are Ed and Lorraine still here?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are at the end.
Yes, they are. You little bastards.
2025, this Raggedy Ann doll went on a tour and ended up. So this is Annabelle, one of, if not the most haunted dolls in the world, and was originally under the stewardship of this man, Ryan Daniel Buell. Now, Ryan has had a pretty troubling past, but at the time of this story, he's gotten his act together and is a prominent member of NESPR, or the New England Society of Psychic Research, originally founded by Ed and Lorraine Warren, the two most infamous and famous demonologists and ghost hunters.
I like the Conjuring films and stuff, but I do think that they played on it a hell of a lot of evidence and stuff. I do think I use the term Hollywood it up, so they played on it just to make it more gripping. Basically what Hollywood do to the action films. Basically I think these are the same, but I do enjoy them. I do enjoy the paranormal stuff, yeah, definitely. And the Conjuring 1 is one of the best films I've ever seen. Brilliant. But I do think that these did play the real people. These, I do think they played on it a bit much. And to be honest with you, I'd probably do the same as well if I was investigating the paranormal. But I don't. I should, because I get scared. You know what I mean? I'm a tough motherfucker. But I've never been in a haunted place before, so I'll ask me that question once I've been in one.
Of all time. The Warrens have had Annabelle in their collection under lock and key ever since they acquired, with Lorraine Warren herself going on record saying that she, of all the items in their collection, hated Annabelle the most.
This is the worst thing in here. It's that doll. I'm not gonna stare at it though.
But what not a whole lot of people know is that Ed and Lorraine actually went on tour with Annabelle to various colleges and speaking engagements about the paranormal, about demonology, and they would have Annabelle with them. But that slowed down in 2006 with the death of Ed Warren.
We're going to say they're old, aren't they?
Ryan decided to take Annabelle all over the East Coast to specific haunted locations.
Yeah, so he's done that for money. Because it's Annabelle the doll, the world-renowned legendary doll, possessed doll. So yeah, it's doing it for money, but it's cost him his life as well.
Weird things ended up happening almost immediately to every location Annabelle went to.
That is spooky.
Now, sure, you
Sat in car next to Annabelle.
Coincidence, but what's the saying? Once is an accident, twice is a coincidence, but 3 times it's a pattern. Her first stop was in West Virginia at the West Virginia State Penitentiary. Now, nothing huge of note actually happened while she was there, but the region did experience some major flooding that was unprecedented for that time. Again, probably just a coincidence.
Probably.
The real fun stuff was when Annabelle went to New Orleans. A couple of days after Annabelle touched down, the Nottoway plantation burst into flames, and the entire building
Wow.
pretty much burned to
Look at
the ground.
that.
Now, this
That's not a
plantation was
coincidence.
one of the worst in New Orleans history. The enslaved people had built it. It was horrible work conditions. It was a not.
That's a famous building, that, isn't it? I've seen that in a
So
few
as far as
few
demonic omens
programs.
goes, I'm kind of okay with that one. But I wasn't really okay with the 11 escaped prisoners from the Louisiana State Penitentiary. Thankfully, they were caught, but still. I think this all still falls under the weird coincidence flag, but all of that would change as soon as they got to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Not only did the 911 system crash for pretty much the entire state, they would end up losing one of their prominent Nesper members. So this man is Dan Rivera. Now this
Dan
guy
Rivera.
has been a heavy hitter in the paranormal community his whole life. He has been with the Warrens almost his entire career. He is their head investigator, their head demonologist, and he handles the haunted items that Ed and Lorraine Warren have collected. So he was basically known as Annabelle's handler, essentially. On
Right.
July 13th of 2025, members of the Annabelle tour went to go get him at his hotel room, and unfortunately they found him unresponsive. They called paramedics who had tried to revive him, but unfortunately Dan Rivera had passed on. A few months later, after an autopsy, they had discovered that Dan had suffered cardiac arrest, something that he had been struggling with his entire life. And finally, it just ended up catching up with him. But that didn't stop the speculation that Annabelle had something to do with his passing. But what do you guys think? Do you think Annabelle had something to do with the death of her handler and causing havoc everywhere she went? Or just a coincidence?
It does seem strange. More than likely coincidental, though. But yeah, it does seem strange. I mean, trouble is, though, anything that bad that happens round Annabelle the doll, she's going to be associated with it. She's going to get the blame for it no matter what, because of her, well, apparently there's a demon attached to the doll. And if you've noticed when that clip, let me bring it back, the clip of that Dan Rivera who were handling her, have you noticed they had gloves on as well? They wear gloves
Annabelle had something
to pick her up.
With his passing. But what do you guys think? Do you
Let me show you.
think
There, look, it's got the gloves ready.
something that he had been struggling with his entire life?
There, look, it's got the gloves on. They always wear gloves when they handle her. That's how serious they take it.
So he was
Bonkers.
known.
Go wait up and catch a second video of Grandma. Whoa, Grandma!
Hold on a second.
Hey, Liza.
She needs to chill the fuck out.
Do you remember the day you were born?
No, but I remember when the earth would open and I crawled out of hell.
I'm sorry, what? Excuse me? Instant prayer. Instant prayer. You ain't never gonna see me speed in a car faster to get to church. Actually, you know what? No, we're not even going to church. Jesus, you're coming in the car right now. We need to exercise a demon. That's when you turn around in the back seat, you look her straight in the eyes, and you say, "Depart from me, I never knew you."
This is exactly why you should never explore abandoned houses. While checking out an old, decaying property, a group of explorers approached a stairway, and something immediately felt off, dangling from the ceiling.
I get asked by a lot of people that watch these videos that I should go and record myself in abandoned places, abandoned houses and stuff. I know, I'd love to, and I really would, but these are the dangers. They actually do get booby trapped. There's traps laid, which we're about to watch now. But I actually would if my audience if my audience wanted to see me shit myself in a haunted, abandoned place, and I'd do it. I really would. There's plenty around here where I live as well. Even a castle. Ooh.
It was a thin wire. At first it seemed harmless, until they looked at it from a different angle. That's when they realized it was part of a makeshift booby trap. They'd been rigged to swing down directly at a person's throat the moment someone walked up the stairs. After inspecting it for a few minutes, they carefully triggered the trap.
Jesus!
And sure enough, the blade snapped forward, right where their necks would have been.
Look at that.
They were lucky. The next person might not be. He heard his daughter talking to a
Evil
doll.
bastards.
Then this happened. While his daughter Dylan was quietly playing, the father noticed something strange.
I like this music.
As he called out to get her attention, the doll slowly turned its head
That
and
little
stared
bastard.
directly at him.
Is that a doll then, yeah?
This picture is one of the scariest
Creepy.
and most terrifying pictures that you will ever see. I mean, sure, when you first look at it, it just looks like a happy family. But let me tell you, what
The
if I
fallen
use a
man.
little... Bro, what
Look
the
at that.
actual hell is this? It all started around 1950 when a family called Cooper just moved into a new home in Texas. You know, they moved into a new house, it's a new life, you don't do this every day, it's not a regular thing, so the family decided to celebrate it. But while they were celebrating, one of the family members got the idea to take a picture, okay? So in this picture, you see the grandmother, the mother, and the children. It's important to keep in mind that this happened a long time ago. We're talking about 1950. Whoever took the pic, well, he did not take it with an iPhone 17 Pro Max. He took it with something like this. These types of cameras used to be very famous around that time, okay? It was either this one or, you know, the big one with the tripod where you had to do a whole lot of exercise just to get one pic. Anyways, when the family finally took the picture, well, they kept celebrating. If you're like, bro, oh my God, are they not seeing this in the picture? Well, no. Because if you remember well, they took the pic with an old camera. And the thing with these cameras is that they take a lot of time to process and then extract the image. It's not like these days with your phone, you just take a pic and then you can check it immediately. No, with these types of cameras, you had to wait until the picture comes out. And when it comes out, you had to wait for it to go from black into a clear image. That's the exact reason why the family didn't react immediately and they kept celebrating. They took the pic, they put the camera elsewhere, and waited for it to process this thing. Now, after a while, the pic was finally ready to be seen. So all the family gathered together. They're like, bro, let's come check this pic, all right?
How creepy that looks.
Everyone who saw this pic was in absolute shock. Who the hell is this? Why is he upside down? Why is his face like this? And most importantly, why didn't they see him if he's next to them? The picture became really known and many people started talking about it when the internet started to become a thing in the 80s. The family kept promising that they did not fake this image, okay? It appeared just like that and it shocked them too. They also mentioned that after this picture was taken and each time they went to this room, they felt a heavy presence. Like he was here, but they could not see him. So was this a glitch, you know, something that happened that messed up the process of the image and we ended up having something like this? Was it fate, you know, the family did it on purpose?
I don't think they're fake too.
Was it a spirit that, you know, he was enjoying the party too, he was going up and down? Nobody would certainly know. All I know is that you and I, yes, I am involved, got jump scared when we saw the pic for the first time.
It was just
creepy.
Until they stepped onto the road. Ted was driving his Corvette at night, looking for a spot to film the car when something terrifying emerges onto the road.
Speed up after seeing it. I didn't see shit, if I'm honest. Where we're looking. What the freak?
From the inside, you could see a tall dark figure closing in on his car as he speeds up, just barely missing him. He says as he passed it, he stopped moving and just watched.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. Yeah, I see it now.
It's a bad omen. A sign that something bad, like a car crash, may happen to him in the future.
Someone in the Appalachian Mountains captured a video that has left people completely unsettled. At first glance, the figure in the distance looks like a bird, almost like a crow standing near the tree line. But as the camera slowly zooms in, something starts to feel very wrong. The figure isn't hopping, and it isn't flying. It's walking upright.
It's having a drink of water.
And when you look closely at its feet, they don't resemble claws at all. They look disturbingly human. The entire body is pitch black, tall and thin, and it appears to be holding some kind of curved object that many people say looks like a scythe. After the video was posted, the comments exploded. Some viewers believe it's a symbol of death, while others say it could be one of the unknown entities long rumored to exist in the Appalachians. But the most unsettling part came from the person filming, who said that the moment they realized it wasn't a bird, the figure seemed to be watching them too. So what do you think? Just a strange illusion, or something that was never meant to be seen?
This photo is of the most dangerous man on Earth, the Cincinnati Crawler. This actual photo was captured...
Is that the actual photo? Cincinnati Crawler. It's dressed all in white with like a blanket and a gimp mask. But white. Either way, it looks extremely fucked up. Scary little bastard.
By the family back in 1974 after he had entered their home. This just gets 100 times crazier, so stick with me. In 1974, the Johnson family lived in Cincinnati. They had a nice house in the middle of the countryside. Not much went on here, it was just a very quiet, homely neighbourhood. But shortly after this, some very strange things started happening. Their 14-year-old daughter would claim repeatedly she would see these eyes staring at her from outside of her window. The dead of night, peering in, staring at her. Along with most nights, the sounds of banging and footsteps, which the family just thought was rats, but it definitely wasn't rats. Until one night when their youngest son was laying in bed, ready to go to sleep. Now, every evening, the family dog would come in and sleep with this young boy. He'd jump onto the bed and sleep. But this one night, the son felt this dog jump up onto his bed. He went down to pet it, and it definitely was not the dog. That's when he spotted this guy, like 6'7" tall man, standing at the end of his bed. After everybody spotted him, the man ran out of the house and was never seen again. No one knows what happened to this man, who is he, and what was he trying to do.
He's never been seen since. The creepy little shit. Man camp in Appalachian mountains get disturbing awakening. How violent that is. Jesus Christ. Fuck me. I think that's just some live house genuine. I'll let you. I'm going to read it for you, but I can't be asked.
This strange video posted recently by a girl from Brazil who works at a funeral home. In just a couple of days, it collected more than 17 million views, and those who watched it to the very end were genuinely shocked. The girl's name is Gabriella. She works in a funeral agency.
So she prepares the bodies, basically, ready for the funerals.
Where strange things happen far more often than she wishes to admit. Usually she tries to ignore them, push them aside, pretend nothing is there. But this
time, see how it's froze there.
Even she couldn't explain. In the video,
I forgot the name of it, but you know what I mean.
Ceremony. She moves calmly and confidently, performing her usual routine. But the room around her is filled with a heavy, tense silence. There's no one else in the building, and outside the window, deep, absolute night. At some point, Gabriella pauses. She hears something, an unfamiliar sound coming from somewhere behind her. Her reaction says everything. Surprise.
I bet she's seen and heard some shit of it years doing that job. I bet she has. I bet she's heard all sorts.
Confusion. And a small flicker of fear she tries to hide. For a moment she stands completely still, listening, trying to understand whether she imagined it or whether something else is in the room with her. Then, pretending to stay calm, she returns to her work. But her movements are no longer steady, they become sharper, rushed, sloppy. Her hands tremble slightly, as if she feels eyes on her from somewhere she can't see. Later, in her follow-up video, Gabriella admitted that this moment frightened her far more than she expected, and she still has no idea what that sound was, or who, or what made it. Follow me.
Should be used to it. I doubt she'll be that phased.
We find hell on Earth. This is the deepest man-made hole on Earth. It goes 7.5 miles deep.
This is in Russia.
19 years to dig. Many strange things were discovered during the dig. But when they lowered a microphone all the way down this hole, they caught this audio.
What, 7 miles down? So they're saying that's hell.
Leading many to think that
I call bollocks on that bullshit.
Gates of hell, allowing the screams of the dead to be heard. So, did we accidentally open the gates of hell? And more importantly,
look at this thing, spotted hovering.
Aliens now, baby.
This is from NASA's own live stream, from their own International Space Station. Look at that, hovering over the Earth. Skeets, cat, and shabdabbing, probably looking at us, maybe looking at me right now. See, I told you. They're out there, and they're looking. Shabadoo-wooskies.
Shabadoo.
These are some
From the great Joe
Gillespie.
Gillespie.
Ever captured. The reaction of an isolated tribe that has avoided any contact with the outside world for decades. In front of the man is a mannequin set up by researchers to see how they would react to a figure resembling a modern human. This tribe is called the Manti. It remains unstudied to this day. They live in isolation and have virtually no interaction with the outside world. No one had ever managed to get this close to them before, which is why this video is considered truly rare. The goal was simple, to unobtrusively show them something resembling a human and record their reaction. Until this moment, no one knew how they would perceive an outsider. And what happened next astonished even those who had spent years studying isolated tribes. An interesting fact, the sounds you hear in the recording are not from an animal. They are made by a member of the tribe, and researchers believe this is how they communicate with each other.
Look how long their hair are. Their hair is all the way down there, look. All of them.
Right, would you like to experience life as a sailor? I'm not after what I've just said. Where's he going then? What in the Harry Potter have I just said? How did you do that? Imagine you've got a cup of coffee, a pot noodle.
Oh.
What's he doing? Sir, you should not be on the edge of the boat staring right into the abyss. Guys, if anybody...
I couldn't do that.
Is this out? This is what I mean.
I don't like being out to
It's
sea.
not a bloody water slide, and you got the geezers sliding down the bloody hallway. Imagine trying to do a press up or something. I just wanted to sit down. I'm not surprised. You'd have to tie me up, and not in a good way either. Is that... Are you wearing a fish on your head, sir? I don't know if I can support it. Was he playing darts? What is he doing? What in the Harry Potter... How small is that bed? Oh my god, my claustrophobia could never. How the hell are you supposed to sleep? I'm guessing you need to be that tight in because of all the moving.
Imagine being on toilet. There we have it, guys. That's another video done and dusted. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, could you please like, subscribe and comment to help me boost my YouTube channel, and recommend it to people you think might care, and watch it and subscribe and be nice in the comment section. Thank you very much. That being said though, guys, I'll be back in the next video. Till then, take care. See you next time. Bye bye.